What's up, YouTube? So I'm back with another video. As you guys can see by the title, you already know what's going on today. Before we get into telling the story time on the accident, I'm going to be posting all the videos and pictures so you guys can, before we just get to telling the story, you're going to see what actually happened or whatever. But yeah, go ahead and like this channel, turn on the post notification bell, and go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, let's get right into the video. Alright, so first thing first, I'm supposed to be gave y'all story time. We're supposed to post this on actually anniversary day, but
2 years ago.
So 2 years ago, it was, what day was that?
The March 18th.
Yeah, the 18th of March. It was March 18th. We were supposed to be going shopping with our other friends to, what mall was that?
North Riverside.
Yeah, we did not want to go though, y'all. Like, we did not want to go to this.
We wanted to go to Chicago
mall.
Ridge.
We wanted to go to a different mall because it's not nothing in North Riverside at all. It's y'all. Like, if you know that mall, you know it's nothing in there. But fast forward, we didn't want to go to the mall or whatever, and we was just stalling to leave the house. Like, we was just taking our slow time leaving the house. We had ate and everything. Once they had a full meal, everything. So we finally had ended up leaving, and I said, like, we was on the, I think we got on the highway because, like, we was at her dad's house. So where her dad lived at, it was like the highway wasn't that far from the house. So we had got on the highway, like on Weber. We was on the highway for at least like
60 seconds.
like not even that. It was not even that long, y'all. I swear it was not that long. So it's so crazy. Like, literally, as soon as we got on the highway, it wasn't no traffic. Like, it wasn't like the highways was not bad or nothing. So I don't know what I seen. I'm gonna tell my what I seen, then she gonna tell me what she seen. So from what I seen, it was like, so say like, okay, so this is the other side of the highway, and then this is the other side. But you know, like in between, it has the viaduct in the middle to the median to divide the highway. So it was a semi truck. That was the first thing I seen. It was a big semi truck that, like, it was on the other side of the highway though. So like, it had hit the wall. So like, say if like we on the furthest, like we in the left lane to the closest to the meteor or whatever. So the semi truck had hit the wall, and all you seen was everything splashed. Like, I seen everything splashed. Like, I seen all that. Like, I literally seen everything splashed. So then after that, I don't know, it was just like she tried to get over. Like, we don't know if somebody hit us or not, but they had to hit us from the back. Like, we had literally spent around, like, when I say I'm feeling all this, like, we spent around like 3 times, and then we flipped, and the way we ended up was like the car was literally face down. So then, like, it happened, like, it all happened so fast. Like, it was happening so fast. Like, it was just so weird. Like, I wish I had like a video of me recording the truck so y'all would have seen the truck, because like it was happening so freaking fast. So like, when we had ended up landing or whatever, I remember, like, it seemed like I passed out, but like I didn't. Like, it seemed like I did though. I remember, like, opening my eyes, and we was literally hanging upside down. Like, when I say head, like, upside down, head hanging upside down. So I looked over. Mind you, we both had our seatbelts on. Her seatbelt was stuck, so like she couldn't get out. Her seatbelt was stuck. So I took my seatbelt out, and when I tell y'all, like, the car was like so smushed that it was no like standing up. It was no like getting up, trying to walk, or our doors couldn't open. None of that. So I looked to the back. The first light I seen was like the back. It was like the trunk. And the picture that we insert in the video, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about from like how I climbed out. So I literally, like, crawled out on my stomach. Like, I would land on my stomach. Like, I had to literally like scoot on my stomach. Literally, I had to scoot on my stomach to get out. So once I got to the back, it was like the trunk and like the back window. So like the trunk was open, but the back window was like it was busted. So like I literally climbed out of there. As soon as I climbed out, I think it was a man. Yeah, it was 2 men. It was 2 men when I first climbed out that was like already right there. So when I climbed out or whatever, I'm like, my best friend, you know, she's stuck in the car still. I'm panicking because like her seatbelt couldn't get out. So they had to ended up busting her window. Right? They busted her window?
It was already busted.
Oh, it was already busted. Okay. My window, did none of, what's crazy, y'all, on my side, then none of the windows busted. Like nothing busted on, like no, none of the windows busted at all. So when I got out or whatever, I'm telling the people, like, you know, my best friend still stuck in the car. Still, mind you, I didn't have no phones. I didn't know where my phone was at. My phone was lost for like, we gonna get that, but I didn't have no phone, so I couldn't say nothing. I mean, I couldn't call nobody or none of that. So when I got out, like I was panicking because I'm like, oh my God, like I'm thinking the car finna blow up. Like I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like it was crazy. I'm thinking the car gonna blow up. So the man, it was a lady that pulled over. Like this lady, y'all.
She is an angel.
This lady,
okay?
like I say, she was literally sent from heaven. Like that lady was sent from heaven for sure. So the lady, she let me use her phone. The first person I called was my mom, and Mom was at work. I'm like, Mom, like I couldn't even get my words out. I'm like, I could not get my words out at all. Like all I did was flip the camera, and she was at work. Mom worked in the pharmacy at the time, and she was filling prescriptions when all this was going on. When she threw all the medicine everywhere, and she was just trying to get to me as fast. But you know, it's an accident on the highway, so you're not finna get like far on the highway. So it was taking time for all our parents to get there. So then her mom was out of town. Her mom was out of town at the time, so we called her. Finally, they got her out, and when they got her out, the lady let us get inside her car. Y'all, when I got in the lady car, when I say I threw up everywhere over that lady car, like I just started to throw up, like it was throw up all in her back seat, like everywhere, like throw up just everywhere. So it was like, I don't know, that lady. We offered to get her car clean. She did not want it, but it was throw up everywhere. So then I remember I don't know. They said it could have been a concussion for me to be throwing up, but I ain't gonna lie. I had a full stomach. I had just a stomach. I'm shook up. I was overly full, so that's probably why I threw up. But so then, mind y'all, we didn't have no like bad cuts, no bad injuries, none of that. I had like a little cut on my eye, but like it was nothing major. Like no big cuts, none of that. Afterwards, like of course our body was hurting afterwards, but like. That day, I was just showing, like, we both showing shock, like, it didn't, like, pain-wise, it didn't affect us that day. So then we got to the hospital. Mind y'all, I still got no phone. We got to the hospital. The first person that was there was my dad. And my dad. And her dad. Both of our dads was there first. My mom was coming from all the way on the other side of town. So my dad got there first, whatever. He walked in the room. Y'all, I never seen my dad cry, y'all. This is the first time I see my dad cry. When I say this is the first time I see him cry, like this is the first time I see him cry. So he walked in the room, and he like, you okay? I'm like, nah. Like I was so shook up. Like I'm just steady crying. Like I'm just like, I cannot believe we literally just made it out of this. Like this is like real life. Like when y'all see the pictures, y'all gonna be like, how did they even get out? Like I was like, it was so crazy. So he had came in the room or whatever, and he had called my granny. I didn't have no phone, so could nobody get in touch with me. Like, everybody was blowing my phone up. Like, could nobody get in touch with me, whatever. So I had talked to my granny, and I was explaining to him, like, what happened or whatever. And my granny, like, she's, like, my granny churchy, so she was, like, praying on the phone and stuff. Like, it was just crazy. So then my dad, he was sitting there, and all I hear was, I'm like, Dad. So he had his hat, like, took his hat off, and he had his hat on. And so he had put the hat down. I'm like, Dad, you crying? Like, you can show me that you're crying. Like, you can show me that you're crying. Like, I'm like, it was a touching situation. Like, it was, who would expect us to even walk out of something like that? Like, it was just so crazy. So, fast forward to, us sitting there, whatever. My mom had got there, but it was COVID. It was COVID at the time, so only one parent could be in the back. It was dumb. So, my dad had to end up staying back there because you couldn't even switch out at the time. Like, he had to just stand back there. So, by the time the paramedics came there, and they came there, I'm thinking they had both of our phones. Like,
it was the police.
Yeah, the police. I'm thinking they had both of our phones, both of our purses. Bro, they came back with my purse. I'm like, they came back with my purse and her phone. They didn't even have her purse. They didn't even have my phone. I'm like, where's my phone? And like, I was so mad I didn't have no phone. Like,
and we had the same purse that day. Hers was pink, like, and mine was blue. Like, it was the same purse.
The same exact purse. Bro, they came back with one of each. Like, come on now, made me so mad. I'm like, so I didn't have no phone for like the whole freaking. I didn't have no phone for like 2 days. 2 days, bro. So when we ended up, they did all check, they did all check us out and everything. We on the way we was walking out, the police, he was like, was that the paramedic?
No,
it was a police. He was like, y'all are so lucky to even make it out. He's like, I have never seen nobody make it out of anything like this. Like the way, like I'm telling y'all, like it was just so, it was crazy. Like it was so crazy. But that's like my side of the story. Y'all can hear hers now.
So we had just got on the expressway from Weber. If y'all know where that's at. Most of y'all know where that's at. And I had immediately gotten to the left lane, because I ain't gonna lie, I was a little speed racer back then, and I don't do it no more since the accident. But I had got all the way over to the left lane, and I promise y'all, like we said, it wasn't even 60 seconds, and all I seen was the truck coming over, and I heard Deja scream. That's all I heard. I remember flicking my signal on to get over, but after that, I really don't know what happened. The car just spun out. At that point, I think we both kind of blacked out. We didn't pass out. I think we just blacked out. And then I woke up when I felt the tumble. So I felt the tumble, and then it all stopped, and I opened my eyes. I looked over at her. I'm like, "You good?" She's like, "Yeah." She got her. She got her out of there. Real quick.
I thought the car was
I couldn't get out though. I'm like, it won't move. We upside down. So my seatbelt is literally holding me. It got stuck. And I'm like, bro, I can't move. So she was able to get out. Then somebody was able to come. They actually climbed in because all of the airbags had deployed. So we couldn't see nothing. You couldn't see nothing on the sides of you. And like she said, the only opening that she saw was the trunk that had busted. The back window busted open. So they was able to climb through the passenger seat window. And they was able to get my seatbelt unlocked or whatever. And then I was able to climb out. And at that point, I went to the lady, because she had already called her mama. I went and got the lady phone, and I went to I said I need to call my daddy, because I lived with my daddy. I didn't live with my mama. But my daddy changed his number so much, I didn't know his number. So I instantly called my mama, but she lived in Texas. And I'm like, what can she do? But I instantly called her off this lady phone, and my first word I said,
"Oh, my car!" We should die.
I was like, "Mama, me and Dasha got in an accident." I'm like, "We okay?" But my car, y'all, when I tell you, when I got out and I looked at my car, that, it was just why? Why? So we sitting in the car. The lady, it was a little cold out though still.
Yeah, it was just reaching. It was just getting in.
Yeah. And I'm on the phone with my mama on this lady like this. They just sitting next to me in this lady car. We all crying still. This heifer go. I was like,
bro, all in the backseat of the lady car, it was that was embarrassing.
I'm like, be for real. That was embarrassing. I stopped crying so fast and looked at her like, bro.
Why am I throwing up though?
I was in nail school at the time. I had all my nail supplies and stuff in the car. I had a lot of stuff. I had shoes, all type of stuff. And when the car flipped, everything flew out. So everything was all over. Her mom was like, what's all that stuff you had in your car? I'm like, girl. But all of that stuff was out. The paramedics came and took us to the hospital. And that's when my daddy met us in there. And it's the same thing. My mama called my daddy phone. I was talking to her. Then all my grandmas got on three-way.
But wait, y'all want to know what's crazy about these phones? Her phone flew out the window and was all the way far from the car, and they found her phone. But my phone was in the car the whole time, literally. I'm gonna show y'all the picture and zoom in. Y'all gonna see my phone right in the window. That's why I'm so mad. I have my phone for 2 days. I'm trapping off the computer. For 2 days, I'm trapping off the computer.
We're blue because we don't have phones and everybody's trying to communicate with us. So, like we said, all grandmas calling, siblings, all of that stuff. So, like she said, the sheriff came in and he was like, I don't know which one is yours. He came in my room first. He's like, I don't know which one is yours. I'm like, that's my phone, but that ain't my purse. And he was like, okay, but mind you, it was still connected to the charger because both of our phones was charging in the car. It was still connected. And he was like, you're lucky because he was like, I did a final walkthrough and he's like, I found the phone 100 yards from the car. I'm like, wow.
And my phone in the
car. This was still
my phone in the car. You come back with a purse. He could have kept that purse. There was nothing in there important. Actually, it was, but still, y'all could have kept that purse. I wanted my phone. Come on now.
But yeah, they had to do different tests on me since I was a driver. They had to make sure I wasn't drunk. I ain't have no weed or nothing in my system, which thank God I didn't, because they would have tried to blame it on that. But I really think somebody tapped us from behind as soon as I tried to get over, which made us spin. Because I promise you, I wasn't speeding at that point. I couldn't even get up to speed. That it happened so fast, I couldn't have got up to speed that fast. So I really think somebody had tapped us from behind, and which made us spin out. And then we flipped over into the ditch. But,
Bro, I wish I would have seen. I wish I could have recorded like how the semi truck. Like when I say like it was like in slow motion, how the semi truck hit the wall. It was like shattered. Like it was like so much. Yeah. Then it was like tilted. It was like almost
going
over
over
to our side of the
median,
highway.
yeah.
So that's why we trying to get over it fast. You know. I don't know. That whole day was just like so crazy. Like it all happened so fast. Like our friends was like, "Where is they at?
Where they at?" And I told my sister, I'm like, I need you to text. It was Danisha. I'm like, I need you to text Danisha.
And I think it was Danisha and Ariana.
Yeah, I'm like,
and
I think Kendra was
yeah.
I'm like, I need you to text her.
Like, bro.
And tell them, because I know they probably like, what is they
Our
doing?
location was in the same location for forever. Like, it was just, my location was still there. My phone was.
And the only reason why we found her phone is because since it was my car, they gave us the information where they had to tow it to. And it was right by my daddy's house. Like, it was actually around the corner. So me and my daddy went that night to go look for it. And my phone was dead.
Saying it was there.
Right, my phone was there, so I couldn't see her location yet. But when we saw the car, they wouldn't let us see the car. That's what it was. They wouldn't let us see it because it had to, I don't know, go through some processing or whatever. So my mom and sisters flew in the next day. And then that's when we went back to go to the car and stuff. And that's when we found her phone, because I checked her location. And I'm like, y'all, it say that it's in the junkyard.
My phone was in the car the whole entire time.
I'm like, it has to be in the car somewhere.
But yeah, it was, that whole situation was so crazy. Like, I'm just so blessed that both of us, you know, made it out, because it's not always where both people may pass away or something, but you know, one or the other could have passed away. But thank God that both of us was able to walk out of that, no scars, nothing, nothing at all. We was going out of town the next week later, y'all. The doctor goes, so we can't go out of town. I'm getting on that plane. We got a back brace and everything, y'all, for the plane. And why did I throw up on the plane? Y'all was so crazy. I threw up on the plane ride. What was it, there or back?
It was there.
On the way there, I threw up on, like, I don't know.
Like, she came and she like, I'm like, what is wrong? I grabbed that bag so fast. I'm like,
I don't know why I was going up, y'all. I was not pregnant. I was not. Don't say that. I was not pregnant at all. I had a girlfriend at the time, I think. I was not pregnant at all. Like, no. But yeah, I don't know. That was just so weird to me that I threw up like on the plane after the fact. That was like a week later too. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that, but probably because we should have been on that trip. Our body was hurting after that.
We was hurting,
but
we was getting our eyebrows done sore.
Yes, like everything, my whole body. And I swear to God, y'all, the next day after it all happened, I was sitting on the couch. They gave us pain pills. Mind y'all, I'm smoking weed, so of course I'm finna smoke. So I'm taking the pills and smoking at the same time. Bro, when I tell y'all, I should never did that. Like, it feel like my body was about to fall off. I'm sitting on the couch. Mom had left to go get some Epsom salt for my bath. I'm sitting on the couch. My cousin had just so happened to come over and see me or whatever. Everybody was coming to see both of us, literally. But my cousin had just so happened to come see me that night. I was sitting on the couch and I'm just crying, y'all. I'm just crying. Like, my body was hurting so bad. Like, it was just feeling like my stuff was going to fall off. She like, what's wrong? She walked in the door. I get to laughing because, come on now, I'm still here crying. Like, can't do nothing. She like, bro, why is you crying? Like, my body hurts so bad. They literally had to carry me upstairs to the bathtub. Like, my body was hurting so bad the next day. Like, probably because we was like leaned over, like, bro. Yeah. If y'all could have seen, like, the story, telling the story now, it's kind of funny. But at the time, it was not funny then. It was not funny then at all. But
I wish I had one of those cameras in there. So
and little things so they could have seen. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, it was like a movie. Like, it happened so fast. Like, it was just like
literally when she inserted the pictures, y'all would see only 2 windows was still left. And it was hers, and it was my passenger window. Even
the top of the car was like all
it was caved in.
Her side was the worst. Like, her side was literally the worst. Like, the driver's side was so bad. Like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
We don't know what happened.
Somebody really had to hit us, because there's no way that we got over it. And she like they said, she was not speeding. It was nothing. She was not under influence. None of that. Like we seen a semi truck and
my signal was on.
Right.
Even when the car flipped and we got out, we seen that right signal on. So I knew I was getting over to avoid that. I just don't know,
y'all. It was crazy though. But like I said, it's a blessing that we both made it out.
Yes.
I'm gonna insert all the videos and pictures in here for you guys at the beginning of the video.
And pay attention. You gotta show them where your phone was at.
Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in. It was literally in the.
We almost was finna leave without it. It was she couldn't come, so me, my mama, my daddy, my sister,
my big sister for finding.
It was my mama.
Oh, was it mama?
Yeah, because I'm literally, it was still on the charger. It got smushed between the dashboard and the windshield.
It was like the windshield. Yes, like it was literally like my phone in there just laying. It was laying flat, just like this. Like I was so mad, y'all. I didn't have no phone for 2 days.
And we couldn't even get in the car. My mama had to climb through the window to get her phone.
My phone. Like it was
horrible.
The car over with, totally, all the way. Like you would have thought we probably should have died in that car, but
my poor car.
But God, we didn't.
We did it, and I got a new car.
Like a week later. 2 weeks later.
Yeah, because we went to Houston.
They came back,
After we came back, I went right to go get it.
Yeah. But now, guys, we don't speed. I wear my seatbelt everywhere I go.
I don't care if I'm in the bag. I had no money.
I was still getting to the car since after this one. Like, yeah. It was the retrograde. It had to be because I don't know. After that second car, because I'm like, oh, God trying to tell me something. Like, what is you trying to tell me? Like, don't drive or what? Don't get in the car. Like, what message are you trying to send to me? Like, it was so weird, y'all. But I'm still here today. 2 years later, we're both still here.
Still blessed.
Still doing everything that we want to do in life. But yeah, that sums up today's video. I hope you guys liked it and actually listen and make sure y'all wear y'all seatbelts, because if we didn't have no seatbelt on, we could have been over with. Her phone was 10 feet, we would have been 10 feet
right along with
it. We didn't have no seatbelt on, so always wear y'all seatbelts, always drive safe, always make sure you're driving for you and everybody else on the road, because people don't know how to drive. And yeah, see you guys later.
Bye.